Hello everyone, my name is Bubbles Zest and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. In today's video this will be a guide to the achievement 1 King 2 Crowns. This is a very interesting achievement and I know of a method to mean that you only have to fight one war to do it. So to start off, we'll just make an intelligence agency, gather up our navy and put it all into Spanish Africa. It doesn't need to be anywhere else. For our air force, we'll send it all to Galicia and exercise it to level 3. For our army, we'll put it all in the north and exercise it to level 3. Quick tip, press Shift K to exercise it to level 3 and it will stop. For our research, just do the standard, electronics and industry. Nothing too special there. For buildings, just build military factories in these states. Now for our military factories, of course we don't need to build all of these ships, we'll just build convoys. And we're just going to put 5 into guns and 10 into artillery. And now we're going to do a Great Spain, go to speed 5, and begin. Right, the Spanish election has happened and now we've unlocked the decisions to gain control of more states. For these decisions though, the only one you really need to do is suppress the strikes. We're going to start by contesting Valencia. Now, we actually hope to control Eastern Aragon and Catalonia, but the AI will get distracted by the tick of Valencia and go after it first, so it will pay in the long run to ultimately go for Valencia. As you can see also, we now have 30 command power, so what we're going to do is promote this general here to Field Marshal. He'll be a lot better than any general the Carlists get. For the traits he has, choose whichever you like, but go for Offensive Doctrine along with any of these. In my opinion, the one I'm going to do is Offensive Doctrine and Fast Planner, both are pretty nice, and we'll unlock Logistics Wizard throughout the Civil War when he becomes level 4. With electronic mechanical computing done, we're going to move on to radio. The Civil War is that soon, so you may as well get it first. Now the Republicans are regaining control of Valencia, that's good, that's what I expected them to do. And now after this is done, we'll move back into Valencia, so that distraction is there. Now they're reassigning a disloyal leader, which is good, that means concessions to the left will be as minimised as possible. Now I'm waiting for these final decisions to come in, because by doing this we mean we've delayed the Civil War start slightly, so then the Republicans don't have that slight edge on us. Now we can't do suppression of the strikes now. Oh well, doesn't matter, so I'm going to sway the loyalty. Just means our stability isn't totally in the dirt. And now, superior firepower, for obvious reasons. Superior firepower, best firepower. Now, secure the northern garrisons done, you have one more important decision. What to do about General Franco. In my opinion, this one is the best one. The political power will pay off in the long run. You'll lose Franco when you rise up anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, the Spanish Civil War has begun, and obviously, by God, Fatherland and King, we will win. Supremacy of the Communion. Now we will hire a spy. If you haven't noticed, I held off on hiring a spy until now. The spy is loyal to the Republicans by default, so it pays to not hire him. Now for our army, we will give around 16 divisions. That's way too many. 16 divisions or so, and put them in the north to deal with the northern garrisons up there. How many units are in the north are random. It's kind of annoying, but oh well. 16 units or so should be enough to contain it. There you go, 16, Field Marshal Order, there you go. And now we'll put Manuel here, in control. Obviously hire Jose here to be the Marshal. Engage that unit here and just try to walk into Oviedo. It's important that the Republicans don't walk out of any of these tiles, because while you can get rid of these, have an unplanned offensive easily, if they walk out into Leon, Valladolid, Burgos, it's just an utter pain. So try and encircle and destroy as many of these units as you can quickly. For our focus, we are going to be preparing the Carlist insurrection. For the remainder of our army, we're going to gather them up and put them on the front. This is how many units you should have overall. All 56 of them. You could train more if you want. Make sure you don't use Mohammed here, he'll join the Nationalists when we break away. Use Gonzalo here, he might be on reassignment, but that's okay. He'll pay off in the long run. Put them on the front line here, and just order all the way to the south. Just grab control here. There shouldn't be any units here. Move forward if you can. You'll probably be engaged very quickly by Republicans, but if you can gain tiny amounts of territory, that's okay. And now, obviously, don't forget your Air Force. Merge them up, put them into 215s, put them to whichever generals you like, spread them out, and now, let's begin the Civil War. Now, how many units you'll have to fight in the north is random, annoyingly. There could be almost none, or there could be literally all of them. So make sure you're ready for a lot or none. Looks like in this instance there are a lot in the north today. Now the front lines have solidified, annoying but predictable. Now as you can see, the Republicans are actually doing an offensive into Asturias, so that means we can do Pass Fiscal here and push through very quickly in the north. Now you will eventually get rid of them via the war in the north focus, but doing it this way is just as useful. Now for now, you really shouldn't be attacking, just let the Republicans grind against your lines, apart from in the north here, where we'll be trying to take the north. The sooner we take the north, the better. Now we have done prepared the Carlist insurrection, and now we have a lot more decisions to do. Now, as you can see, we can establish Carlist cells every 90 days. Now, it'll be interesting to see which way your game is, to see where you should go for it, but in my opinion, we're going to do Western Aragon, Eastern Aragon, and Catalonia. You could also go the other direction to control Galicia, but I found it's better to control this side of Spain rather than that side. We've also managed to encircle some divisions here, so that's very good. Right, we've done the war in the north, and now we'll do the Union Militare Española. That reflects what states you control, so it does pay to do it at certain times. The Civil War's going very well. I mean, look at these losses. It's ridiculous. Oh, there's the anarchists. Now, there is something interesting to think about. In my opinion, there is wisdom to be had in keeping the anarchists alive but killing the Republicans, so that's what we're going to do. There's also a chance, a very rare chance, that the anarchists won't spawn. It's a very annoying glitch when it happens, so if it does happen to you, you will probably just have to restart. Now, we've begun our actual offensive on aggressive, which is more than strong enough now. Right, we've contacted the Union, and now we have many more options. Now, as I said, it changes on all that you control. Now, you could do Catalonia, as you see here, but that would prevent our control of it. As you can see, you can only do one and not the other. So, as you can see here, we control many states, but in this situation, I'm going to go for that other droid. And now we have 35 days to defeat everyone, and because it's time for no compromise on Carlist ideals. Right, the Republicans are dead, and now we have to stop. As you can see here, we have around 19 days to go. So what we're going to do, obviously, is stop all offensives and move into the north, where we have taken control of our states. Now, the volunteers may be able to defeat the anarchists, but I wouldn't count on it, and it'd be annoying if they did, but whatever. Now, by having the anarchists still exist, it means that the phalangists' attention are diverted from you, as much as they have to fight you. So now, it means it'll be slightly easier to take them down. There we go. Fascist crackdown. There we go. There's the Union troops. Now reorganise your army so it's a bit more comprehensible. Just put generals and everyone together. That'll do for now, I guess. And now we'll go very aggressively to try and take as many victory points as we can. And of course, as I said in a guide a few videos ago, we're now going to improve relations with some of the powers to get Lend-Lease. Try and snipe Asturias and Bilbao when you can. Make sure you link up the troops that are encircled, because some of them will be. And try and snipe Madrid. And there we go, that's the phalangists done. Very good, it's only been around 60 days or so, we still have no compromise in Carlist ideals. Now for the remainder of our army, we're only going to send 24 or so to deal with the anarchists. That's because Manuel here is close to getting an organizer. While we don't intend to use him as our field marshal, giving him that trait would be very useful for future operations. For the rest of the army, just put them around here and we'll deal with them later. Now we've confirmed the Feuerers, and now we're going to start down reviving the spirit of the Carlist Wars. I should have done that sooner instead of then we could have done Crusade Against Democracy. Oh well. Just means we'll be 70-ish days late. And we did manage to get Manuel organizer. Very good. And there you go. That is the end of the Spanish Civil War. You didn't miss much, really. All I was doing was just asking for guns, expanding Crusade Against Democracy, and now we're going to settle the succession question. Now, we'll deploy these units that we may as well, and create our ideal template, which again is the old 8-1. It's very reliable, and it will do the trick. No need to train these units up, I think we have enough. And now just train everyone to that template. And for these ones, just have them train it to at least level 2. Ooh, that's nice of you, France. France likes us, and we're getting guaranteed by them. It's funny, because for this achievement, we'll have to go to war with them, but hey, I like it. A quirk with Carlist Spain is that you can get a lot of military access from a lot of people. Pretty much only non-aligned countries don't want to give you military access. Use this for any shenanigans you might want to get up to. A useful advisor that we've already hired is this guy here. As you can see, he gives 0.05 compliance a day. And for Spain, that's unbelievably powerful. You could get collaboration governments in anyone given enough time. So I hired him very early on in the Spanish Civil War. So make sure you have him in your government before war's end. As you can see here, we've lost a lot of cores, but thanks to him, compliance is already going up quite a nice amount. Right, we've settled the succession question. Well, and now we have a king to choose. In my opinion, either one is good. Javier is the one that is historical, quote-unquote, but dynastic continuity is useful. Alfonso does give a drop in stability, but he gives minus 5% consumer goods. So for this game, we're going to do Alfonso. He's the better king in my opinion. And now at this point, just continue down, upgrade Crusade Against Democracy, and wait until Germany goes to war again. Right, Germany is now going to tour of the Netherlands, so obviously now is our time to begin planning our naval invasions. Obviously, we're going to do the same hit into Cardiff that we've been doing. Make sure you use the best units that you have available to you to this, whether being trained or actual templates, doesn't matter. The 5 or so that we'll use will hit the ports and be able to smash in. Now the next step of this achievement is pure RNG and random. We need Italy to not take anything from France. They can't take anything. Not Savoy, not Corsica, nothing. It turns out, for the Vichy France event, if Italy annexes anything, it is actually annexed. They own the tile. So, if Italy takes Savoy, they own it. For this to work, we need Germany to take everything, basically, because even when Germany takes the north of France, it is not considered owned by Germany. There you go, France has fallen, as you can see, Italy has not taken anything. Vichy France is fully in. No problems, so now it is our time to go. Put these guys on strike force. Funnily enough, this is actually a nationalist guy. The navy is weirdly loyal. There they go, they're ready. And now let's declare war on now free France. Right, when will they call the UK in? It should be any moment now. And luckily we have left port immediately. Join the Axis at your own peril. I'm not going to join them for a little while. Right, we've already made slight landfall in the UK with a port, so now we'll of course summon the rest of our army. It looks like we're in a good position. The strategy of this is the same as many other ones. Encircle London and gain as much war score as we can. And there you go, yet again London is encircled. Now it's just a case of destroying units in London, getting more war score, doing patriotic speeches for some reason, and getting all the war score that we can. At this point it should be pretty easy. If you've managed to encircle London, there's not really too much they can do. Just continue to take the rest of the UK now. Right, we're well into the UK now, no real need to push further. They still control a few of their states, that means they can recruit more and have more factories. That's good. And now of course we'll just continue to encircle the troops down there. And also our troops are going to assist Italy in helping them to take Africa. So this has been a very good invasion. We actually lost more men having a convoy intercepted going to Africa than actually fighting. So I'd say this has been unbelievably good. Now would be a good time to join the Axis, which we will. There we go. We are now in. What this will allow us to do is obviously to control Africa directly by asking Italy for it. Again, try and get the Suez at the very minimum, but try and get everything that you can. Doesn't matter how much, but there you go, that should do for now. For Germany, we should try and take as much as France as we can. There you go, Germany has given us most of France, which will come in handy in the eventual peace deal. You know, we've done so well, I've decided we're actually just going to end the war here. We have 56% of the war score. That should be more than enough to take all that we need in this peace deal. So let's take London and finish up. We actually do need to take a bit more. And there you go, the UK has capitulated. Now, this peace deal will be very interesting, as there's definitely a lot of things we need to do. So to start, we're going to puppet France. As you can see here, we're puppeting them in everything, all the way from here to Alsace-Lorraine. This will do. For this trick to work, we need to have Free France be puppeted in Ile-de-France, but we also need them to have all of France's corps, so this will do. But for the rest of them, we will just do a standard peace deal where we take all states and then puppet them in the cheapest state. So for Britain, do that. Pitcairn Island is always the cheap one up front. Untake that, then untake the rest. This will also be a nice guide to the achievement we will rock you, as we are taking Gibraltar again. But again, untake everything, and that will do. And there, that's our first turn done. At this point, now you should focus on taking things like Africa, the Suez, giving the UK its cause, but at this point the peace deal is practically over for the achievement part of this run. But I'm going to see how much I can get. Right, that concludes the peace deal. I managed to take most of Africa, most of the Raj, and now something very interesting is about to happen with Bourbon France and Vichy France. As you can see, Bourbon France has annexed Vichy France. This is due to how the end of World War II event is meant to work, so France is now just normal France again. And now at this point, the only thing you need to do is integrate them. So at this point, I'm going to build a lot of infrastructure in them, get them down to an integrated puppet, then send my convoys to them. Staying in the Axis for now is just a safe bet. Means Japan won't come after you for a while at least. If they do, oh well, it's annoying, but you can probably deal with it. So now just build up France, lower their autonomy down and annex them. This achievement is in the bag. There we go, we have succeeded in getting the Iberian Union. The way to ensure that is just to puppet Portugal, declare war on them after the War of the Allies, and they can't decline it. There you go, we are now Iberia. And now, just need to focus on getting rid of France. Right, we've now made Bourbon France an integrated puppet. Now is the time to send them all your Lend-Lease. Send them convoys, guns, whatever. As long as you made it, it will reduce their autonomy. There you go, we're going over 1,000. That means in 30 days, France's autonomy will be able to integrate it again to annex them. So, we're pretty much ready. There, after only a few short years and one really long war and a civil war, we're now ready to annex Bourbon France. And there you go. That completes the achievement 1 king, 2 crowns. We own all of France's corps, even the ones in Algeria like Constantine. There you go. We have France completely under our control. We now even have France's navy. Put it all together and it'll be a very big one. As you can see, a few battleships, a carrier, and so on. You are now in a very strong, even stronger position than you were before. You're in the Axis, you could join Operation Barbarossa, you could take out Japan, China, anyone. No one can realistically stop you. You have a nice little king here in Jaime IV. Yes, this has been me, Bubble Zest, doing a guide to One King, Two Crowns. I thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for guides you want me to do, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. But anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.